Hey everybody, welcome to the Morphin Grid. I'm Jake.
I am Josh.
This is episode 11. The episode of Power Rangers we're going to be watching today is No Clowning Around, which aired September 17th, 1993. And unlike last time, I have no idea what it's about.
I didn't know what the last one was about either, and ended up loving it. So
I knew pretty much everything basic plot-wise about last episode. This one, I bet there'll be a clown.
This might be the one... Or this might be one of the ones where they're in that amusement park.
the abandoned one?
They're in amusement park listening to the group with the music.
In case you listen to these back to back, we're recording this immediately after the last episode you heard, after
Yes.
Morphin Grid 10. Because our schedules get wacky, and this is the most convenient time to do it. So, if you're new, welcome. We're on disc 2 of the Morphin Grid.
Yeah.
So, if you're new, what we do here is we stop this recording forever. We never come back.
Morphin Grid over.
No, we pause the recording. We watch an episode of Power Rangers. We come back. We talk about it. It gets off the rails. Sometimes I have a huge giggle fit. That was a mess. That was a huge mess. But
Part of that has to be in the last episode, too, because you said a thing that I don't know if you said again when you were done.
I don't know. I think there's at least a little bit of me going wacky noo-noo.
It's good. It's good TV.
Also, I'm not going to say what wacky noo-noo is from. But if you live in Central Florida, you know what wacky noo-noo is from. And email us.
Then tell us that you know what Wacky Nunu is from, because I don't.
Just say what it is from, because I'm not going to tell Josh until someone emails us. So
I'm never going to know. I'm just going to Google it.
So anyway, we're going to jump into the episode now, because
It's Morphin time. Yeah, we're back. You weren't even ready.
right to business. No, it wasn't.
We're back and you weren't ready.
So we just watched No Clowning Around. My notes.
I'm not clowning around. I'm ready to go.
I'm clowning around.
What was the episode about?
The episode was about like like how bad it is to just let your cousins wander around.
Oh, right. Because they might
Get kidnapped by weird clowns.
might turn into a life-size standee.
So this whole episode takes place at the fair. There's like a street fair, not a science fair, not the 4th annual science fair, an actual fair. So before we get into it, what?
Fort.
That's
Is that how Skull said it? Or
yeah,
was that
the skull. So before we get like into the episode, like what happens, I'm watching this episode. I am pretty sure that this is where my fear of losing my little brother came in, and like my little brother wasn't born yet at this point. There's still a good 3 years before he would come around.
But it planted that seed.
So like every time we were in public, to this day, he is 17 years old. He's bigger than me, and I still, if we're in public or we're not somewhere that we are not familiar with, I'm still worried he's gonna get lost. Someone's gonna take him. And I'm pretty sure Power Rangers caused it. So, that's cool. I also learned how to use stilts because of this episode.
Right, because Zach breaks it down.
Because Zach, yeah, he's like dancing. He's got weird stilts though. His are like strapped to his legs.
They're like newbie stilts.
Yeah. Because like my uncle made a pair of like the wood ones. You have to hold the sticks and like figure out how to walk. And you can't really stand. Because they're like, it's like
someone has to push you up.
It's like 2x2, or you stand one up and put your leg on it, and then like step up into it, or you just start in an elevated location and get onto it if you have really short legs like I do. So Zach's on stilts and he's like dancing, and then
Hey guys, check this out.
and Kimberly's like, I can't balance.
He's dancing, and I know he's supposed to be dancing, but it just looks like he's almost falling the whole time. Like
Maybe he was a little bit. So Kimberly's like, the only thing I can balance is shopping bags. on my arms. Because she's the greatest. Jumping right into our first segment. What was Kimberly wearing this episode? Because there's no two-parters. It's just this the whole time. She's wearing like a pink long sleeve, sort of thermal long john looking. It's like striped pink shirt, and then jeans, and then sneakers. That's all.
And she had her Doc Martens on.
Did she?
They were pink. It looked like them.
I couldn't tell.
In that one scene where she like bounces off the wall
You're
and
right.
kicks the putty.
Yes, she was. Those Doc Martens are my favorite thing. Pretty much. So
her jeans are a little mommy.
They're a little mom jeanie, and I really like that. I don't know why. It's just, they because they fit her. Like she's not like maternal in any way, but like wearing mom jeans makes sense because I feel like this is before they became mom jeans.
Right.
Like the girls who wore them in the 90s became moms and kept wearing them, and now they're like, oh, mom jeans, Back then they were just jeans. So they're like, oh, let's go to the other thing. I forget exactly what it was. Fair warning, guys.
Fair warning.
Boo.
You get it.
Boo. I get it.
You get it.
Yeah, you get it. So, like I said, fair warning. We stopped. We watched the episode, and then we stopped for like 10 minutes to finish eating.
Right, because it's like 8 o'clock at night, and we hadn't had dinner yet.
Yeah, so before either of us got too hangry, we ate. And
I get awful.
He gets bad. You do not want to be around. I get pretty mad when I'm hungry and when my blood sugar is a little bit low. But I'm usually like, I even out real quick. Like I need a soda and I won't quit this job. That's it. Like Josh gets like grumpus.
Oh yeah.
He wants to like steal Christmas from you if he's a little hangry.
That's all that I want.
You're right. That's
and if you're in the way of that, then I'm mad at you until I eat.
So that like 10 minutes of like cool down made me forget a lot of the little minute things of the episode. So
it's not. I mean,
the episode was really slow.
It was really slow, and then it was really quick. But it's all really straightforward. There's not a lot of
There's no twists and turns. There's not a whole, like half of it was morphed stuff. A little over half was morphed stuff, but like it felt like it took so long to get to like 15 minutes in, and then it was done.
Right.
So
yeah,
I don't know. Power Rangers, you guys. This is their 11th episode, so like the pacing, they haven't figured out how to like get it to work yet, and like how much Sentai footage do we use? How much new stuff do we have to film? Well, we got this fair. We might as well film a lot of it.
Right. Yeah.
So they walk away to get fried dough or go on a ride or something that you do at fairs. And like a putty's like, or not a putty, it's a clown, and he looks at them, and then it freeze frames, and his face like superimposed on it is a putty.
So that we know that he's a bad
that this
guy.
dude's a putty. And then this clown who looks a little bit like Bo Burnham, the comedian. But I know it's not because Bo Burnham's younger than I am. By like a year, and this was in 93, so he would have been like 3 because I was 4. So he's like, don't worry, we'll get them all.
He's the right amount of creepy too.
He's creepy.
The actor was really good at being a creepy clown, but one that's still believable that kids would trust.
Right. It was a lot of it wasn't like he's creepy. It was like he's like. His facial expressions like switched. He was like, "I'm a clown. I'm gonna take your kid."
Right.
It's just like immediately he could just kind of turn it. So good actor, good on that guy.
Yeah.
We don't know his name because I'm not gonna look it up.
No.
But
Whatever.
if you're listening,
Pineapple the Clown.
Pineapple the Clown, played by himself. So, his name is Pineapple, by the way. Yeah, if that's not apparent. So. The reason that I'm afraid of losing my little brother is because Trini has her cousin Sylvia, and she's afraid. She's like, we gotta stay together. So she introduces Sylvia. These are my friends, and this is gonna start Trilly Watch, isn't it?
It is. What is that?
It's like the news ticker. That's like the.
Why is that news?
That's like Morse code when they start the news. Like breaking report.
No, I get it, but like, why is this segment a news segment?
Because it's Trilly Watch,
but nothing
We're
else.
on the watch.
Anyway, this is really the only instance of it.
Just accept it.
Because Trini's basically on her own for most of this episode.
Yeah.
But when she's introducing Sylvia to the other 4 people, I had to do the math because I'm an idiot. 'Cause I'm stupid. She starts with Billy, and she's like, "That's Billy." And that's Kim, Jason, and Zach.
Yes, she did. And then there was a point where Billy it's way at the end, where she's like,
I forgot because pizza.
Maybe Billy can teach me how to walk on stilts, because Billy tries at the end. Spoilers. And she's like, I don't think Billy can teach you how to walk on stilts. And it wasn't in a like, look at how dumb he is way. It was like a, no, he couldn't explain to you in normal terms how to walk on stilts.
Right.
Takes some practice to be able to translate. There was one other thing. Oh, when Trini goes to the lab.
Yeah, it's in Billy's garage. So she just goes to Billy's garage. Billy's mom is like, oh, hey, Trini, come on in.
Come on in. That's a weird thing. We're not going to say what it is. Like, oh, that's a weird thing. You
right.
know? And then, I guess Alpha teleports in? I don't know. But, like, yeah, she's probably like, oh, Billy's not here right now. I thought you guys were at the fair. Like, yeah, I had to get something in his garage. And she's like, okay, you're here all the time anyway.
Right, you basically live here.
So just go get something.
Peace conference ruins everything. And then who do we get?
Aisha. Aisha was bad.
She wasn't really good. But we also got Adam, who's my second favorite ranger ever.
Yeah, he's up there for mine. I'm a frog. Anyway. I'm a frog. He's like, he like croaks it in the movie.
I haven't seen the movie in a long time.
Why are you so sad? I'm a frog.
I'll have to watch the movie.
I watched that movie so many times. It is I can close my eyes and just turn it on in my brain. But back to no clowning around.
Back to the movie for a second.
Okay, or not. I lied.
We went back to clowning around just long enough to come back to the movie. It came out at a point where I was like, Power Rangers, come on. I'm too old for Power Rangers. I was a
10.
kid. I was a kid, so I had to be cool. And then I watched Power Rangers, and that's, I think, the first time I realized that I'm going to love this for the rest of my life. So I shouldn't fight it anymore. I told all my friends, like, watch the Power Rangers movie, like, for real. Because it's great.
When it came out in 95? I think it was 95 or 96. I'm going to say 95. Sure. So I'm 5 or 6, depending on what part of the year. Yeah, first half I'm 5, second half I'm 6.
Which makes me 8. I'm way too cool.
So you're like, oh, Power Rangers is for babies. I am a mature adult.
I'm so mature. I am as mature as Trini's outfits.
So what she gets from her mother's closet.
It's another thing I want to talk about. It's going to be tangents the episode. Is that the outfits that these guys wear are character development. Like, the outfits that they wear show you who they are as a person.
Yes, exactly.
But they wear different outfits. Where it's not like Gia's, pardon my language, Gia's a badass because she wears a leather jacket all the time.
And then and like Jake's got that.
Emma loves nature because she's got a lot of hemp bracelets and shorts and boots. Forever. Yeah. Clothing that changes from episode to episode is my favorite subtle thing about it's the number one way you can get me on your side if I'm on the fence, and if I'm already on your side of the fence, like, it's gonna make me love it even more. You water the lawn.
Yeah, like,
you're already there.
Yeah, like, you know, you gonna go out of town for a weekend? I'll take care of it, don't worry.
Right.
I like this lawn. But like Gem and the holograms, it's a cartoon, and like, it's expensive to animate different clothes.
Right.
Every episode they have new clothes, and sometimes they change like 4 or 5 times an episode. Like, I love that. Like, it bothered me for a little while because, like, oh, Buffy never wears the same thing twice. But you know, that's because they have a bigger wardrobe budget.
Right.
You know, she's fashionable, whatever. Like, Kimberly wears the same thing twice.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can...
Because she has a finite wardrobe.
Yeah, like, you can see, like, it's expanding. It keeps going.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, she'll come back to that, like, you know, tied-off shirt and short shorts, you know, because sometimes she just needs that.
Right.
That's her favorite outfit to date, I think, because she wears it 3 or 4 times already. Or has worn it. She doesn't wear it already. Whatever. Anyway...
Bringing it back on the rails.
Yes, we are re-situating this train. This is when Vulcan Skulls show up, and it's the scene from, you know, Paul Schreier and Jason Narby as Vulcan Skull in the credits, where Skull's waving the cotton candy at his ear.
Something like they're eating cotton candy and they're walking through the fair and they're talking because they're best friends.
Yeah.
So they're talking. Duh.
Yeah.
I think like a clown or something walks by. And Bulk's like, oh, crazy guy.
And then
Jason Narby's like, he's so crazy!
He's got to just turn it up to 11. He's the best sycophant. It's great.
And then they cut back to them later, and Jason Narby's picking it out of his ear.
It's gold. It's good stuff. Bulk and Skull are back to normal, mostly.
Yeah, they're bullies in a fun way.
Yeah, they're not being rude, mean people like they were last episode. But, like, I know we've talked about this already.
Probably.
But we're going to talk about it again.
That's fine.
Bulk says there's no geeks at a fair. And maybe we've just talked about this in our personal life because the line...
I remember talking about this.
The line between, like... talking about Power Rangers for the podcast and talking about Power Rangers is kind of blurring. Because it's just like all day we talk about Power Rangers or wrestling or Pokemon. We're just constantly blathering at each other. But no geeks at a fair is incorrect because geeks are a sideshow attraction.
That's what the term means.
That's what the term is. They like the original. It was a
maybe
geek.
That's the joke.
Maybe, and maybe they were like, someone's going to get mad that we keep saying this and just going to nail it home until he loses his mind. Well, congratulations, Power Rangers production staff. You did it. 'Cause, yeah, Geek was the sideshow act that ate the Bit Chicken's heads off.
Right.
So, it had to have been for the podcast because there's no geek clowns at the whatever.
Yes,
so,
it was.
But anyway, that's super tangent aside. We go up to Rita, and she's like, "Oh, they're gonna fall right into my trap, Finster. This is gonna be a good one." And then they explain like the plot, which is like, we're gonna lure Sylvia away, and they'll chase after her, and then we'll make them all cardboard. And he'll turn into Pineoctopus, which is why he's pineapple, because he's a Pineoctopus. Which
is an octopus that is also a pineapple.
A pineapple. It's like a pineapple with like a bunch of arms on its head, I guess. Because he only had the 2 regular arms. Right. And then there was some tendrils going around. Also, I noticed for the first time, half of Babu's face is blue and the other half is white. I thought before that sometimes his face was blue and sometimes it was white. Like sometimes the lighting was different, so it was darker. But no, it's half and half.
That's weird. Maybe is that a constant thing?
I don't know. This is the first time I've noticed it, but it's also
maybe it means something in the Z Ranger footage.
Well, because he kind of reminds me of a lunar eclipse for some reason. So like maybe sometimes he's like, "Oh, I'm waxing and now I'm waning," or whatever.
I don't know.
And in this episode, he was a half moon.
So, did we talk about Sylvia and Pineapple? Is that what we're doing right now?
That's what we're just about to get to. Because it goes back down, and he's like, "Let's go." But he does it really creepy because it's from Trina's perspective because they're making a human pyramid.
They're in the pyramid, and there's one clown.
One poor clown who's like, "It's 11." He's like...
Oh, he's a Flintstones
he's
dinosaur.
He's a Flintstones, yeah. He's like, "Oh, I'm a blender, I guess."
It's 11.
Yeah, I'm your garbage disposal, but I'm also a dinosaur. It's a weird show.
They didn't have as many technologies.
Oh, shut up. That was the first show to show a man and a woman sleeping in the same bed. It was a cartoon. That was on primetime. Flintstones was on CBS primetime.
We live in a different time.
Different prime time.
Different prime time.
But, yeah, like, Trini's on top, and Billy's like, we only have 8 seconds, but he's saying it in Billy speak, so, like, it's super complicated.
It's a structural malfunction.
And then, like, the clown, and I know you can't see me, gentle listeners, but he, like, points at Sylvia, and then, like, moves his head and, like, thumbs, like, let's get away from these guys.
Yeah. So,
and
hey, you want to beat it?
Like, as an older brother, I'm like, if I ever saw that, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
Like, it would be a bad scene if I saw it happening. And so, but Trini immediately chases after Sylvia because she said, like, because earlier Sylvia's like, can I stay here with Pineapple? And she's like, no, we have to stick together.
And she did a little pinky promise.
Pinky
like,
swear.
they pinky promised that they would. Sylvia's breaking their pinky promise.
Well, see,
which is something you don't do.
I didn't see it as a pinky promise so much as, like, stay together.
But
like,
I thought it was like, remember, we made a pinky promise.
It could be, but I saw it as like
the 90s. They made a pinky promise.
They did. You're right. But, like, it seemed like it was sort of like a pneumatic device. Like,
right,
this is follow together, you know, like, sort of thing. But in any case, she just ran off with that clown the first time she got a chance. That's wrong. Kids, don't run away with strangers.
Especially
clowns. They're never good.
If a clown wants to take you, that clown's bad news.
That's a bad clown. It's a bad guy clown. So Trini finally catches up to them, and I almost called him Tickle Sneezer. And Pineapple throws, like, glitter on her, and it turns her into a board because Trini goes to, like...
It turns her into a life-size cardboard cutout.
Yeah, because Trini goes to, like, kill Pineapple. She's about to murk this fool.
You know, she's fighting ready.
Yes.
She's about to morph.
And Sylvia's like, no, he's my friend, puts her hands up, and then turns into a board. Turns into a cardboard
in front of
cutout.
Everybody at the fair.
It was a way.
They were right behind a ride with people on it.
But the ride was moving. They were like, ooh. You ever remember anything you see while you're on a ride? No. See? Exactly. It was sort of off to the side, like it was, I think it was between stuff.
But if I happened to catch a glimpse of a clown turning a girl into cardboard, maybe I would remember that a little bit. I don't know.
Did I just see that? I need to throw up. I shouldn't have eaten all those fair sausages.
Ugh.
I love them, but they never love me back. And so she runs up to the Rangers with this cardboard cutout of Sylvia, and she's like...
She runs through the fair.
Straight out. And she runs right up, and she's like, and this is back to Trilly Watch, she's like looking at Billy. She's like, what do I do to fix this? And he's like, oh, my quantum moleculizer back at home can probably fix her. Obviously, Billy's got a machine.
I have a molecular transmitter in my garage, but I can't make a cake-o-matic.
Well, turn it into soap.
I can't invent an oven, but I can make a machine that turns cardboard into people.
Yep. That's Billy. Womp womp. But for like 1 second.
That's from the last episode.
Oh yeah, that was just more annoying, really, than anything.
Well,
so they're not all winners.
Deal with it.
I'm dealing with it right now. I was kind of hoping that like Zach or Kimberly would be like, because she's like, Rita's here. She turned. Look what she did. I was hoping like Zach would be like, that's a neat prank. Like, where'd you get a cover?
Right, you're at a fair.
Yeah.
So that's probably.
But instead, they're like, nope, serious business. A kid is been turned into cardboard.
I remember this now. Okay.
What?
When they evacuate.
Oh yeah. And Billy's like giving them the most complicated directions, which is it's just like
bipedally.
It's like leave. But instead...
Right, it's like, use your bipedal momentum to...
Propel outside
towards the exit. But, like...
Someone...
Here's how they evacuate the park. Because they're like, oh, man, Rita's turned a girl into cardboard.
Yeah, not good.
Jason's like, guys, Rita's attacking, leave! And everyone's like, no, he's right, we gotta leave!
Yeah, like, number one, during the press conference they must have had, they're like, the bad guy's name is Rita.
Right.
She's a villain. She's a space witch. She's got Goldar and Baboo, and I know it's Babu, but I always call him Baboo. I don't know why, and Squat and all these bad guys. So like when when this random stranger's like, Rita's attacking to all these, stranger to all these people. Obviously, we know Jason. But like,
how does Jason know it's Rita? Probably because he's a Power Ranger.
He's a Power Ranger.
Maybe anyone should have put that together.
Instead, they went to a blind panic and stampeded out of the carnival, and then Trini took cardboard Sylvia to Billy's garage.
Right.
And then Alpha met her there.
Maybe Alpha hangs out there.
I don't know. Did they go back to the command center for her to be like, help?
Nope.
No? Did they just go straight to the garage?
They just go straight to the garage and Alpha's there. She might have offhandedly said, like, I'll get Alpha to help me.
Maybe. I don't really remember because that pizza.
The pizza ruined everything. Now we're tired because we ate pizza. And...
So the putties attack, but they start off as clowns. And this is
super creepy.
It is.
Because the fair is now deserted because all the people left.
Yes. So just clowns, like, slowly walking in this weird way, and then, like, they turn into putties as they, like, round the corner, or, like, Pineapple throws a juggling ball at them.
And hits them, and then they turn into
putties
who are basically in the same position.
Yeah, like, it was good. It was good matching, I thought. I really liked this scene, because it's, like...
It's really good.
It's well shot. It's, like, it takes advantage of the fact that they're in a carnival, you know? They're not just, like...
Yeah.
Like... Just fight them regular style. It's like Kimberly grabs one of those metal swings that looks super crazy dangerous. Or it's like, sit in this little thing. There's a chain. It'll fling you around.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, kids.
Centrifugal force, whatever.
You're going to love it. Centripetal force?
Centrifugals
not a thing.
Whatever. I don't know.
So...
I said it one way. Someone told me it was wrong. I never remember which way I used to say it. So.
For the record, it's centripetal. Anyway, so she, like, grabs... one of those metal dangerous swings and like kicks off the
That's when I noticed her Doc Martens.
The spinny part, like the main portion.
Yep.
And then like
the post,
yeah,
the stem. I don't know, whatever.
The Yggdrasil, the world tree.
Know what we're talking about?
That part, the middle. And she kicks off that and like kicks a putty and like Jason's just beating some up, and Zach's doing some cool moves. Billy is like avoiding them, I guess.
Zach is fighting a putty on that swinging ship ride.
Yep.
And he jumps to the other side, and he's like, remember, the hand is quicker than the eye, and then the putty gets nailed by the ship.
Knocks him out of the way. And then Jason's fighting one, and like it goes to grab him, and Jason moves, and so it grabs the side of this, like, the two like counterbalance ones that like spin away.
And they spin
and
around,
he hits the button, and it just flings him over. There's a good like 20-second shot of just this putty going
as he just spins around,
presumably forever.
Never stopped.
Or he just flew off, landed, and
There's
died.
another putty locked in there.
Oh, really?
Because he was fighting two putties, and he got one into the car or the ride, and like shut it in there, and then he's fighting the other one with his back to that, and the other putty like grabs Jason.
Okay.
Through the door, through like the grate.
Right.
And then somehow he wedges the dummy putty because his like shins are bent backwards because it's just a stuffed sock or whatever.
Yeah. Like, it was just the outfit for one of them stuffed with leaves.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, putty in the ride. Pineapple is creepy. Yeah, Pineapple comes up and he's like, it's too late, and he starts doing this like
he's like melting,
bend backwards thing, and like the actor's like his legs are like shoulder width apart, and he's like kneeling down while falling backwards, so it looks like he's melting, and his pants are all like he's got like MC Hammer pants on basically, so it looks really weird. It's really creepy, pretty good effect, and then like they overlay Octopus coming out of him, which is
probably the best they could have done with the technologies that they had.
Yeah. And then we go back up to Rita, and I think it's Squat or Babu's like, oh, why not throw another one? Or no, maybe Rita's just like, let's send another one too. Maybe it was Finster. Someone put the idea in Rita's head to send Goldar down as well.
Right.
Because then...
Goldar, I want to mention... has only had the right voice that one time.
Once.
He's still wrong.
He's back to wrong, but it's getting closer. So I don't know if that's been the same guy the whole time, and he's just like trying to figure out the voice.
And he goes back to that one episode. He's like, no, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I really like that one time. That's going to be my voice from now on at some point. Until then, he still doesn't know. Definitely buy The Green Candle, which is episode like 30. Yes, the Greek amphitheater from episode 4 is back. And I think, and I don't remember, because we watched episode 4 like 4 weeks ago. So I don't remember if Trini was at that fight, because it looks like they just are using some different footage of that fight with Sphinx.
I don't remember.
But Sphinx isn't there, so I'm not sure. But like Squat and Babu are still sitting on the same bleacher. Maybe that's their favorite seat.
Maybe it's a running joke.
Maybe.
In the other one.
Who knows?
In the Japanese show.
So then we cut back to Billy's lab, where Alpha and Trini have electrodes attached to cardboard Sylvia. And Alpha's like, the only thing she's missing is H2O. You know, water.
Yep.
Of course she knows it's water, Alpha. She deals with Billy all day.
She lives basically.
Don't know. They're teenagers. It's
but
not
she's
that
like,
far.
but they like hang out.
Yeah.
Like she goes home to go to bed, but then goes to Billy's after school the
Billy
next day.
Maybe Billy goes to her house sometimes too.
Whatever.
Who
She's
knows?
with Billy more than she's not with Billy.
Yeah, whenever. Yeah.
Even like headcanons out the window. Like if
They-
the Power Rangers pair off, there's Jason, Zach, Trini, and Billy, Kimberly, and Tommy.
Yeah.
so
Oh, Zach and Jason as best friends is awesome.
We gotta talk about that because when that's way back when Zach's on the stilts. I didn't mention this, and I wanted to.
Oh, right.
He's dancing, and then like he stops dancing, which causes him to then lose his balance.
Of course.
And he falls, and Jason catches him, and he like falls, and they spin, and Jason lands on top of him. And I made a joke. Was like, oh, hey, girl. Right? But then Zach's like, my hero, and kisses Jason on the cheek.
Yeah.
Which, the way that they did it felt like it was something that was unscripted.
Yeah.
That it was just Walter Jones and Austin St. John being friends on set.
I mean,
And they were like, that's really good. Because
Maybe it was scripted, but they made it feel real. They made it feel
like Jason and Zach were best friends, which is the point.
Yes, which I like.
Yeah.
So then we go back to the amphitheater, but I figured out where the amphitheater is. It's in the park.
Which is where the fair is.
Which is where the fair is, which is why they go from one to the next. And then they're in the park proper, like a minute later.
Right, because Trini made Sylvia a girl again.
And she ran back.
She waved. She's like, oh, hey, guys. She's morphed.
Yeah.
So it's a dude now, you can obviously tell.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty obvious one for, the reasons you'd expect. But yeah, because they're fighting Pine Octopus.
Oh, no, we gotta go back to Billy's garage for a minute.
Oh, God.
I know, I'm ruining everything, because the pizza's throwing our order off. But
continue.
What happened, because we were talking about Sylvia, and then I think we got sidetracked, that she's missing water.
Probable.
So if you dehydrate a human, they turn into cardboard, whatever. They turn into a cardboard photo of themselves.
If you sprinkle dust on someone that dehydrates them.
Sure.
Not if you're just walking for too long. That will just make you pass out in a gas station next to a comic shop.
When I say dehydrate, I don't mean make them thirsty. I mean take all the water out of them.
Oh, no, that's what I felt like. Did I ever tell you about...
So you're 80% water and 20% cardboard photograph.
That's what Power Rangers would have you believe.
Anyway.
Did I ever tell you about the time I passed out in a gas station?
No.
Oh, there was a signing at a comic shop, and I biked there, and I didn't drink anything because I'm an idiot. And so I'm standing in line, and I'm like, oh man, I don't feel good. And Mike walks by, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gas station next door. There's like a sicko. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gas station next door. And if you don't hear from me in 15 minutes, just send somebody over that way. And so I walked over, and I'm starting to get that tunnel vision. You ever passed out from dehydration?
No, I've thrown up from dehydration.
I've never done that. Basically, you tunnel vision.
Yeah, I had that, and then I sat down under a tree and threw up, and then I had some water.
What I did was I walked up to the gas station, which was not far. It was a minute walk, because it was across a little ditch. And then I go in, I walk over to the Gatorade, I grab the big bottle that are usually 2 for $3. And I open it and I sit down in the gas station and start drinking this Gator, and I'm like pounding it, and I like the guy is just looking at me like, "What are you doing?"
Have you paid for it yet?
No, I just grabbed it. I'm like, he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm gonna pass out. Hold on, I'll definitely pay for it." And so I drank like half of it, just sitting on the floor in this tiny gas station. It was like the size of this. It was like the size of. Like if you squared off from that poster to you.
Yeah, everyone knows what that is.
Yeah, that's the walk. It's like 5 by 7.
Sure,
like it's a tiny gas station. Because it's like the mini mart part of it. And I'm just sitting, taking up most of it, and just drinking this Gatorade like a weirdo. Then I went back and got my comic signed. Then I biked home.
Because you had plenty of Gatorade in there, you were fine now.
Yeah, I was fine then. Anyway, that's my dehydration story. I like relating the Power Ranger events to my life. Even though it has nothing to do with this.
So anyway, they're in Billy's garage. Alpha's like, she needs H2O, water. Trini's like, yeah, duh, no.
Right.
We've established that.
That's where we got
I think that's where we cut off.
Yep.
So Alpha's like, I'll apply the water. And dumps a bucket of water on Cardboard Sylvia, which doesn't work immediately.
So Alpha thinks it didn't work.
So Alpha does some calculations. He's like, I gotta figure out what went wrong. Needs more water.
Not enough water.
In the meantime, Sylvia came back to life. She just 3D'd up.
Which I like. That effect sticks with me. Like that. That's been like a constant thing that I think about is her coming out of that cardboard. Even though I didn't remember what it was from until just now.
Right.
But like that effect, like I guess had a pretty big impression on me as a 4-year-old.
So she gets up. She's her eyes are closed, she's tired or whatever, and Alpha throws another bucket of water on her because he wasn't looking, he just turned and dumped water. And then he was like, oh no, detection threat detected.
Have to hide.
And he just walks into a corner and stands there because he's in Billy's garage.
So he blends right in. They're made of all the same stuff.
And then Sylvia thinks Trini did it. They hug. Cut back to the park.
Where Pine Octopus is like... got like jingle bells on some of his tendrils. He's like shaking glitter at them, and like I wouldn't want to get glitter on me either because it'll just be there forever. And so he like turns around, and is like, "Get out of here!" to squat.
Did you catch the line where he's throwing the powder at them?
Right.
Then he's like, "Oh, your suits make you invulnerable to my magic."
I did not catch that.
Yeah, he says that, and I'm pretty sure that's the only time that ever happens.
Yeah. It's because the Z Ranger episode is different, I bet. That's probably why it's that way. So that's when Trini comes in, and they're like kind of swinging with their like blaster blades.
They do like a little like, oh Trini, well, welcome back, welcome to the fight, yeah. Trini's like, oh, Alpha helped, and she's fine.
Look, she's just super excited. She thought her cousin was going to be cardboard. You had to put her in a frame. This is where A Link Between Worlds got its start.
Maybe.
Shiggy was looking at it.
Shiggy watches Power Rangers. He's like, oh man, that was a whole game.
I mean, it's probably Aonuma at this point, because I don't know if Shiggy still works on him.
I think he sits at the top and makes money.
He definitely consults. But anyway... there's like barely a fight between Pine Octopus before they throw the staff and it grows.
This is the second time this has happened, and I want to talk about it now because now it's the thing. Pine Octopus is whooping the Rangers.
Yeah.
Rangers aren't gonna call the Zords unless the monster grows.
No, because they have rules.
Rita's winning, so she makes the monster grow. Like, wait till he's losing.
Yeah. And then Jason super casual like, we need dinosaurs.
Whatever.
Because he knows, he's like, oh, she made it grow. Stupid.
Right, it's the win button for us.
Yeah. Let's just get our dinosaurs, guys. Whatever. We got a fair to get back to.
Just Pine Octopus.
Then they fight as singular Zords, which I love.
This does not happen nearly enough ever.
No. I wish they were like different, because so far this is like the same exact as when they fought Terrible, except this time it worked. Like Billy had a chain and Zach froze it, I wish there were like different combinations. Like I would like to see like oh, Zach freezes it and Kimberly flies through it, or
smashes it.
I just want more stuff because I love when they fight as Zord, like singular Zords, because
it makes the Zords feel like they have a purpose other than being part of Megazord.
Yeah, they're not just like the step between,
They're not just a sweet transformation sequence.
Yeah, I like it. They turn into Megazord. They do that like ground stab attack while he's frozen.
And by frozen, we mean wrapped in saran
wrap. And then, like I said to Josh, like they just sprayed him with an upside down bottle of like duster,
right?
And so it got cold somehow, and then they just blew that on the saran wrap, and now he's frozen. They beat him, then Rita's like, I hate the Power Rangers. I need to go think of a new plan, and she leaves. And her new plan is the Power Ranger punks, because that's the next episode.
Right.
But I'm not sure which Power Ranger. There's 2 Power Ranger punk episodes in like.
There's so many.
In the first season,
episodes,
this is either the one where they make the clones, or where they make Billy and Kimberly evil.
I feel like it's that one.
I think so too, and I like that episode because Kimberly as a punk.
Oh man,
something I enjoy.
Stuff happens in that episode.
Yep.
Like weird.
We can finally talk about that thing that we've been putting off. Anyway, so then day is saved. Back down to the fair. Trini's like, I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier.
I'm sorry for letting you run away and get it turned into a car.
Well, that's not what she said. She's like, I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier, and
sorry for almost kicking the crap out of your clown friend, but I mean,
he was a monster.
What happened?
So, but then Sylvia's like, no, it's okay. He was bad, and you're a great babysitter. Yay! And then Billy is walking on stilts, and you don't really see the stilts fully for a second.
You catch like the feet, which are 2 paint cans.
Yeah, it's like 2 coffee cans. And he's like, well, this is my new invention. Anyone can walk on.
It's just a bunch of junk from a regular person's garage taped together.
But like, his invention is like really short stilts with wide bases. It's not new, Billy. Step your game up. This is worse than the Cake-O-Matic.
Cake-O-Matic.
Cake-O-Matic's a terrible invention. You should be ashamed of yourself.
But hey, his transmolecular transfuser or whatever worked.
Definitely told them what was in
that they needed to dump water on. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like this is Sylvia's only episode.
Yeah, you said
because
do you think you know why?
She loves Trini. Oh, you're a great babysitter, but she goes home and tells her parents everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was making a pyramid and she let me go away with this clown who turned me into a cardboard. And the parents were like, Trini's never gonna watch you.
The only
again.
part of that we understood was that she let you leave with a clown, and that's not happening again. We are gonna call her parents.
And then they took away Mr. Tickle Sneezer's punishment.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we go back to her room anytime soon. So maybe it's just still there.
Or ever again.
Not the point. We're done with this episode. I didn't mean for that to sound angry. It was a fine episode. It had some pacing issues, but like overall,
right? Like all the fair stuff was really slow, but then the fight was sped up.
Yeah.
Like now you're gonna grow because time restraints.
I mean, jeepers, we used all of our time. Zach dancing on stilts. We gotta go.
Making out with Jason. Oh, Jason's red pants had black pockets. Figure that one out.
I don't want... No. Nope. I don't want it. His pants got stupider between episodes. This was my nightmare. Any final thoughts on No Clown Around?
I liked it. I liked Pineapple the Clown as a villain. Pine Octopus was whatever.
Yeah, Pineapple the Clown was a lot better than Pine Octopus. They didn't even use the same voice.
No, they didn't. I really liked the unmorphed stuff a lot more than the morphed stuff.
Yeah.
Which, it's usually true that the unmorphed stuff is more interesting, because that's all the story.
Yeah.
The morphed stuff is just fighting. But usually the morphed stuff is, entertaining, and this time it still was, but the unmorphed stuff was so good in comparison.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah, that's how I feel about, like, every episode. Just because, like, the problem is as soon as they morph, that's when they plug in the formula. You know? It's like, that's when, like, oh, they're morphed, so now monster grows, they beat the monster with the Megazords. Or they get the Megazords, they beat the monster with the Megazords.
Right.
They beat it with the Megazords, but then, like, right before then they might lose, but then they don't. That's the formula, and like it works fine, but like it just gives me a bigger appreciation for the non-morph stuff.
Right, because it's an original story every time. Yeah.
So, but that's cool. I also enjoyed it.
It's really the contrast is really strong between the two in this episode because the unmorphed stuff, Pineapple the Clown being a better villain than Pine Octopus.
Yeah. Though I do like
because Pineapple the Clown stole a kid and then turned her to cardboard in front of a family member. Like
I would have liked it, if
and then laughed about it and ran away.
Yeah. Oh man, when he was like, "Come on, Billy, you gotta come find me," like, and we didn't talk about that. Like he throws the dust and Billy dodges and it hits a putty. Like,
yeah, that's right.
But the space between, go follow me, I'll help show you how to save the little kid, Billy. And then like it cuts to like Jason or something fighting for like 1 second, it cuts back, and Pineapple is like 1,000,000 yards away. That's weird. This is.
They did a really good job with Pineapple the Clown.
They made him really creepy. And then Pine Octopus was just a little.
He was a Power Ranger
monster. What are you gonna do? So yeah, that's about it. So we didn't say it earlier, but if you want to connect with us in some way via internet, you can go to morphingrid.tumblr.com. So far, we have a bunch of episode posts. Maybe by now there'll be other stuff.
The screenshots look really sweet. So
I take those myself.
The Tumblr itself, I want to give Jake credit because he made the Tumblr look really good. Even though I'm pretty sure he just changed some colors in a template.
No, I didn't do anything in the template.
You didn't change the colors? That's how it just looked?
Yep.
I could have sworn it was green. Anyway, it's a nice template. And the episode screen caps with the little title on it, it all looks really good. It looks fun, which is what I think we are. So.
Because I was trying to find a picture of them for episode 3 cleaning up really quick. And I couldn't, so I was like, I have Netflix and my computer takes screen caps of itself if I hit a couple buttons. Yeah. So then I just went through every episode and did it. And it was fun trying to figure out like, oh, what would be the best? Like the Sneer and Babe got the Sneer, and I couldn't find that.
She was not in this episode.
They were at a fair.
Sneer and Babe watch might not.
We'll see. Hey, I have hope for the Sneer and Babe.
Maybe they just shot. She was on set for a couple of
also yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're also shooting this episode. Just get it in a locker.
Maybe. Anyway,
make sure you sneer at it a little bit, like, ugh, somebody put a love note in here. Gross.
Jake. Who is Jake?
Oh, hey, Kim.
See you later. Never to be seen again. Anyway, so that's where you can find us on Tumblr, morphingrid.tumblr.com.
Oh, right.
You can email us, littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. So far, no emails. Maybe by the time this goes up, we'll have some.
I'll check it. I haven't checked it in a while.
I haven't checked it in a couple days.
Yeah.
Then Twitter is @morphingrid.
If you need to get in touch with us like right away, I have that linked to my phone. So if you tweet that, we'll both get it immediately.
So that's the best way to talk to us.
If there's a Power Rangers emergency, contact us via Twitter.
Yes, that's the easiest, most efficient way. And then in the meantime, if you got iTunes, maybe leave a rating.
Leave us some feedback. I really want to know.
Josh really wants to know.
I just want to know what anybody thinks.
Yeah, absolutely tell your friends. Anyone can listen to this.
Tweet it. Oh, if you tweet it, tag us, but also use #MorphinGrid, so we can start that.
Is that the thing we want to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then when we're talking about it, we can be like Morphin
Oh,
just tag us in it.
I mean, do both. Do whatever.
Whatever.
I always tag MMP
or #Trilly. Trilly Watch.
#WTF.
Oh man, if you guys see a Trilly Watch that we missed, definitely tweet it to us with a #Trilly Watch.
Because I don't. Okay, this is gonna get a little weird for a second. As wrestling fans, we do a lot of like fantasy booking in our heads. We're like, it would be cool if this stuff happened, and then it doesn't, and we're sad. But we don't really have the right to be sad because it didn't exist. I don't like to do that with regular fiction, which is weird. I know. Except J.K. Rowling just said that Hermione should have gone with Harry Potter, so I'm living on cloud 9 this week.
Suck it, Weasley.
Suck it. Eat it, Weasley. But anyway, so I don't like doing that. I don't like making a bunch of headcanons because people get really weird with them, and then like their entire headcanons become their version of the show, and they hate everything that isn't that.
All Trilly is
is trying to find
me pointing out underlying tones of Trini and Billy.
Yeah, we basically
like the way that they act differently toward each other that makes it look like they're dating.
Because like,
I'm not saying they're totally.
It's never said one way or the other. The problem with Trilly Watch is that Billy has a lot of girlfriends coming up.
Trilly Watch isn't going to make it much farther than season 1.
Specifically in 2 episodes. Because the Man of Woe episode's in 2 episodes.
Oh no. We'll have to see what Trini's reaction is. Is she mad?
I bet. Maybe
they're fighting that week.
I don't know.
Yeah. They're teenagers.
This is why Trilly Watch exists. So we can keep a small little compact, here's our weird headcanons. It doesn't leave the Trilly Watch. So
obviously Trini and Billy is probably a thing that somebody else has done.
Yeah.
I mean,
it makes sense. It's there, but it isn't. That's what headcanons are for. But a lot of people get really weird with it. Fandoms do a lot of weird things with the things that they like, and we're trying to avoid that.
Yes,
as much as we can.
We don't want to be weird about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make some power coin designs that are actually Pokemon. It's a weird fandom thing. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Oh man, Poke Rangers is a black hole.
Every time I'm like, I figured out how it can work, and then I'm like, no, it just falls apart because there's too much.
Yeah, that's every time. This is not about Poke Rangers. This is about Power Rangers. We have another podcast coming out eventually.
I just wanted to say that
about Pokemon,
at some point on Redbubble, you'll be able to get Power Ranger coin T-shirts that are Pokemon. That's all I want to say.
That's very cool.
You can also right now get the Roost T-shirt. This is all getting cut.
Depends on how long we go.
Some Legend of Zelda T-shirts. A sweet Wrestling You Guys
a shirt that just
t-shirt.
says Wrestling You Guys, which is my favorite sentence.
So check them out.
Yeah.
Some pretty good-looking guy made them.
Some handsome devil who panics when he's near celebrities.
Some handsome guy with 2 thumbs and a panic disorder.
Anyway, we're going to wrap up.
Yeah. I probably won't do that again. That felt really weird.
What, plugging your own stuff? You can
just cut that. That's garbage.
You don't like plugging your own stuff?
I hate it.
Now I'm not going to cut it.
No!
Look, you're not going to make money if no one buys it.
You're right.
And they're cool shirts.
They are pretty cool.
Yeah. I have one.
Yes, you do.
Thanks. Yeah.
So do I.
You got 2. Because you also got the Roost shirt.
Yes, I do.
The Roost shirt is from Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's the Roost. It says the Roost Coffee, and it's Brewster in the Starbucks logo.
Yeah, I think it's really cool looking. They also come in stickers. So in conclusion, No Clown Around was pretty neat. Next time is Power Ranger Punks, Power Punk Rangers.
I think it's just Ranger Punks or Punk Rangers.
Punk Rangers. I thought it was Power Ranger Punks. Anyway,
maybe it is Power Ranger Punks.
I love whatever episode this is. It's one of the 2 I'm thinking of. I love them both. Super excited. We will see you
next time.
Because I'm not sure if there's a Monday show or a Friday show.
Well, if the last one's a Friday show, this is definitely a Monday show. But if we wait for the last one to be a Monday show, then this is probably a Friday show. Or this might also then be the next Monday show.
So next time you hear us, we'll be talking about Power Rangers.
We won't talk about what day it's on anymore because we just don't know.
But until then,
this has been Tangents the Podcast.
Tangents the Podcast. I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And may the power protect you.
I haven't seen the movie in a long time.
Why are you so sad? I'm a frog.